Hey, this is Allie from Step Up. This video is for Green Ridge Secondary 6 through 12 core content, science, social studies, math, and ELA teachers to talk to you about what you could be working on during your curriculum workday. So we're going to go through a few things here. So I took some time to clean up the curriculum management tool pacing guide. So the first thing I need you to do is to make sure that you can access those. My screen's not going to work here. Give me a moment. There we go. Okay, so you are going to access your curriculum management tool pacing guides. You know that they look like this. For your core content, should be easy for you to access. What I'd like for you to do is make sure that for the courses that we were working on this year, and that just depends on the teacher. Some of you teach 3 courses and we're in year 2, so you're in your second course. Others we're working on with 1 course. So if you have questions about which course you're supposed to be working on, please let me know because I have notes of that. But for the sake of the video, just letting you know, continuing with the course we started with earlier this fall. So we want to make sure a couple things, and secondary's done a really good job of this. We want to make sure that our pacing guide has unit names, pacing. This person went above and beyond and has some essential questions and topics. Those are not necessary, but those are wonderful if you do want to add them. And we also want to make sure we have a spot to add in assessments. So that's a spot that we're missing here. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a row for them. So insert a row below. And this would be a good spot to link in your assessment. So for your content area, we are hopeful that you have an assessment for every unit to check for understanding. Hey, did the kids know what I've taught them this unit? How do I know that they've learned it? So do not have a resource. Maybe it's an assessment you've created on your own. We're able to work from both. So I'd like for you to link in your assessment. Once you have your assessment starting point, which is probably something you've used in the past, then we're going to be looking at our steps for creating a high quality assessment. So most of you are going to be working on page 2 of this document, steps to vetting a high quality assessment. So that would be if your resource already provides a unit test, maybe you created one in the past, maybe you found one online you want to start with. This is where you go if that's the case for you. So the first thing you'll do, and we've been through this, is make sure you know, hey, which priority standards are supposed to be on this test. You're going to look in your MAT if you're ELA or math, and we're going to determine, hey, are the questions in this assessment written the same way as Missouri would write them? So if you are social studies or science, it's going to just be a little different. Instead of looking in your MAT book, you're going to turn to the Missouri item specs, the Missouri LEAP blocks, and the MAP released items for your content area. So really heavily relying on those item specs specifically. I believe I showed each of you how to access those in our last Zoom meetings, but if you have any questions about how to access, please email me or give me a phone call, and I'm happy to help you with that. So once you are either in your MAT tool or in your item specs, if you're science or social studies, you're reviewing the question stems and comparing those to your existing test questions. A lot of times what we find is that test questions, need to be updated and so on and so forth. Maybe some questions need to be removed. Maybe we need to add in additional questions to make sure that the meaning and the rigor of each stem is the way that Missouri would ask the question as well. So in this document that you'll have access to are several specific steps that we need you to follow when you're creating a high quality assessment. So your goal for today, once you get your assessments linked in, is to go ahead and start doing this process if you haven't started already.